I think housing is worth going into as far as some of the negative impacts of this. So a lot of people, in my experience with residents, uh, as you all know, are out of work because of this. However, a good amount of them are still working. The problems that I've been seeing with the residents that are still working, myself included, because I've had to go into the office to account for some of our skeleton staff at times. Those residents are putting themselves at a higher risk. You know, they're out there. I have a guy who works at UPS. They're out there and they're with other employees, and then it's just in the grander scheme of things, I feel like it's making more people um, accessible to the COVID-19. That's a concern of my own, being in a house where there's other residents that are going to work and then coming home, and precautions can be taken. Like, we have a thing of hand sanitizer at the front door, but it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Jordan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I made some kind of notes as I was thinking about some of this, and some of you guys were talking. So it's like we are having to be like very, very, very like active, like peer supporting right now, because a lot of this stuff, I mean, like, okay, we rely on our culture to produce the results. And we're kind of stuck in this like balancing act of, you have so much focus on the disinfecting part, right? Because there's not many scenarios where you have this many people living together in one house outside of recovery housing. So you have to like kind of put like an overemphasis on disinfecting. But when you do that, then you realize, okay, it's like we're putting 40% of our time towards disinfecting, which typically that time goes towards, like fostering culture. So it kind of gets conflicting of, someone's best interest, because they need the one-on-ones, they need the peer counseling, they need to be doing, VC with ARCHway as much as possible. They need to be on the horn with Place for People or whoever. But there's just a lot of like focus on keeping everything clean. And I know that's also like a fear that's kind of sitting in everyone's mind of, do I have it? Is my roommate coming back in with it? Are they getting it when they're on the bus? So it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that kind of sits in your mind, kind of nags at you a little bit. So it does throw you off a little bit. But on the other side of that, that's where I think that like the peers have got to be like super, super on top of it, as far as just like being active in everyone's individual recovery process. Because I was thinking, like, there's two ways you can look at, like, you hear the, well, I'm missing the person-to-person connection. So that's like one way, you can look at it, or the other way is, well, it's really cool to see everyone uniting in a way where they have to put forth this extra effort, and no matter what happens, worldwide pandemic, we still band together. So it's like, it's two different feelings, half glass full or empty kind of deal. And that's where the peer comes in, because it's just flipping perspective on a lot of new scenarios. It's the fear of the unknown in the midst of like trying to establish stability for the first time, or the first time in a long time. Crime is up, Jacob mentioned. But those are some of my, I guess, initial thoughts and kind of the buzzing around our houses.